talked about building rapport, right? And one of the things we talked about in the mentorship is that it's not just about the result side of things, right? But it's about communication and reporting, and oftentimes like that is like 50% of the equation, right? Or even more, right? Sometimes. What are some of the kind of like the mindsets that you have around client experience and taking care of the clients? Because you have a pretty good retention rate. So what are some of the things that you've cultivated during your journey, maybe systems, that have helped you keep the clients for a while?
Yeah, so it's a really, really good question because this is probably the one thing that is my biggest pain point as well.
Mm.
It's like, first of all, building the trust with the client, building rapport with the client. Um, yeah, I would say expectation setting is so key, because if you set the
Mm.
right expectations from day one, then those expectations are set and they know kind of how the process works, etc. But once you start changing expectations here and there, you kind of start losing that trust. You tell them, you promise them maybe some certain result, like those things. If you promise them a certain result and you don't get the result, they're going to leave you the next day. it's
Mm.
it's almost inevitable. So that's one thing I've learned, is like you have to be very, very, very clear in your expectations, and they
Yeah.
need to know how you work, how you operate, that this is a long-term play. Instill those mindsets onto them as well. um, but it's still one of the hardest things to do, because you're dealing with people. People are emotional. They're not going to be very rational about the whole process, so you also need to reassure them, jump
Yeah.
on calls, give them every update, a monthly, weekly update with Loom, for example, every Monday, another update on Thursday. Keep them in the loop, keep them educated about the process.
Mm.
So I think that's also very important. Like if you educate them about the
Education. Yeah.
process, yeah. So a lot of clients, they don't understand what's going on. They're just like,
Mm.
get me results. That's their
Yeah.
mindset. Give me the result.
Yeah.
But then you have to educate them that that's not how it works. It's first of all, it's a partnership. You're
Yeah.
working together. You're not working for them.
That's massive, dude.
Uh, yeah,
Especially in the e-com space.
it is.
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many clients that kind of will outsource their problems to an agency, and I think those are clients to be wary of. That they have a certain problem, like, oh, we can't get a certain amount of sales, we'll just outsource the problem to an agency so that we do get those amount of sales.
Mm.
And I think that's a very dangerous mindset to have. It's
Yeah.
more like, hey, an agency is more of like adding more fuel to the fire, right? Taking that expertise, but it's also a mutual partnership at the same time. Like, you know they need to carry their weight in terms of providing you with the assets you need, providing you with the information you need. Back and forth. It's a back and forth communication
For sure.
and workflow.